You never really
Absolutely.
know.
True. I mean, ByuN's a very capable Terran player. He had his time in 2012, 2013, where he was a monster of Terran. But they made some changes that made Terran a little bit less effective, and then he went to military, and that makes, people fall off a little bit, and we'll see how he does here today.
Either way, hopefully the games are exciting. And this man in the top left, representing Rebellion, it's ByuN.
And in the bottom right, got our guy. He's right, he's Protoss. It is Classic. Dragon Phoenix Gaming.
I believe Classic is on Alpha X.
Ah, you're right. It is Alpha X. The
And
logo
ByuN
is throwing me off.
ByuN,
Saw a dragon.
Yes. That's fair. They do have a dragon as their logo. Good on you for paying attention to that, though. I'm one of those unobservant people who could be asked to say the Alpha X logo after seeing it 1,000 times, and it's like, I think it's yellow?
Yeah, I think there's some yellow in there somewhere.
We have got Classic scouting out with a probe. I was wondering if he was going to proxy at all. No, he's just looking for a proxy Rax, which shows a lot of respect and I think a good understanding of ByuN.
Yeah, for sure. His proxy game is really, really strong. Also, he does have some risk problems, which means long macro games are kind of a problem for him. So, more prevalent to proxy Raxes from ByuN than maybe any other Terran. So,
that's a very good point.
but no proxies today. Just a one Rax expand with a Reaper.
No proxies today so far.
True.
Okay.
So far.
Look at this. Classic goes for a quick zealot across the map.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, is this just to
Well,
defend from the Reaper? It is. That's a really interesting stylistic choice.
Yeah, but it's going to have an Adept out anyway. Look at this timing here. The Adept's going to show up.
Yeah.
The Reaper's going to be here and the Adept will be out. So the Zealot's worthless at this stage. I'm not sure why he exists.
Unless he plans on using it for like a bit of pressure later on.
Or like now.
Yeah, I was like looking at the map to be like, what did Classic do? Like, did he see something that made him think I need a Zealot? But he saw everything normal, so that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I just... really? Just making a Zealot and keeping it at home. How weird. Can't do anything against the Reaper. And if you're not sending it across the map, it doesn't have any value. Reaper sees the Stargate opening, says, okay, I guess I'll prepare for an Oracle. Got a Cyclone on the way already, which is a beautiful answer to Oracle play.
Yes, it definitely is. Yeah. We'll have to see if Classic does that Zealot thing in any other games.
Yeah, maybe it was... I don't know if he misread the timing of what ByuN was going for. It's almost like that was a stopgap. The Reaper's going to show up. I won't have my Adept. I need something to chase the Reaper around. I'm going to make a Zealot. But he didn't need it. It turned out to be not the case at all. So maybe just a misread.
Yeah, either way.
ByuN's timings, sure.
Very
Robotic
interesting.
ability coming in here from Classic.
Yeah, right after that Stargate.
Most likely this could be an Observer first, in case there are any Widow Mines hanging about. Cyclone in the main base is going to jump on this. Oracle's going to get maybe one kill. Yeah. One kill.
Oh, the scan. The instant recall by Classic,
dead.
but it's not in time.
Yeah, it's very dead Oracle.
I guess not
Nice.
that instant of a recall.
No. I mean, man, if you see an Oracle, you almost just got to bail instantly. You can't stick around for any level of time. Hey! Did the Zealot get credit for that kill?
Yes, it did.
Hey! Value!
We're now seeing the reason behind the Zealot. He's like, if the Reaper comes in and I got 3 Adepts, the Zealot will give it a tap for good luck.
If the Reaper walks right up to me and I swing at it and kill it.
Yeah, that Oracle going down for Classic is quite unfortunate.
Yeah, he's going to want another one for Revelation at some point, so losing the first one sucks.
Yeah, that certainly would have been an effective tool for keeping tabs on the Terran army. At least he did, or no, he didn't actually see the full production of ByuN, so you could probably assume the fact that Stim was researching that there's multiple racks, but ByuN is basically going for a 3 racks play, and Classic's going to have a defense that he's gonna have to make a defense, and he's gonna be wondering where ByuN's army is coming in.
Yeah, we're gonna have to decide. Medevacs make it really hard to know exactly where he can get dropped in the main. He can be pushed from the top or the middle. He is making Colossus though with extended thermal lance. 3 Colossus are pretty good at holding off large numbers of Marines and Marauders with Stim and Medevacs and stuff. But we're not gonna have 3 Colossus because we don't have time for that. ByuN is moving now.
No. Classic is trying to stim it or chrono boost out that Colossus, but that's just going to give him 1. A second one is on the way, no supply block or anything, so he's trying to get that out as quick as possible, but here comes ByuN.
Man, he is that high ground though with the Colossus. Extended thermal lance is not done.
Oh,
so
wow.
Man, jumps right up there, and then never mind. Pick up, evacuate, nice force fields.
Okay. Yeah, perfect force fields by Classic, apparently, as ByuN does just have to lift up, shaves off a few Marines, and yeah, that's good. That's good for Classic.
Second Colossus warping in now, getting extended thermal lance. It's almost done. Yeah, just kind of high grounding it. Just taking out the almost got the Cyclone. Pylon down does depower these buildings, but there's another pylon on the way already because Classic saw that coming.
Yeah, really just one gateway getting unpowered there. Unless Classic did want to make another Oracle. But yeah, 2 Colossus out now for the Protoss. He's heading up towards the 3rd. While this is going on, ByuN throws up the 3rd command center on location. And now Classic's got to react to this drop in his main.
Yeah, and just rebuffing everything that ByuN's trying to do here. ByuN's getting a 3rd base behind it.
Well, that's a lot of Marauders in this army. In goes ByuN, however. He's going to try and target down the Immortal, and it doesn't get healed by the battery. Now the Colossus could be up next, and it goes down. Another one pops out, and it goes down.
Immortal and 2 Colossus down is a huge amount of just power in this army for Classic. That hurts. He can't do this with just Stalkers and Adepts. He needs those big-ticket items to hold this.
Yeah, that's like 2 minutes of robo build time or something like that. So that's a big setback.
It is, but ByuN's going home. I thought maybe he'd keep pushing. Well, I guess he's got this. I mean, that drop's not really intended to win the game, but he's going to try to boost in the main anyway and see what he can get done. The reaction time here from Classic is
a recall?
Nothing. 0% reaction time.
No recall. Classic is just going to go for a counterattack with the 1 Colossus and a good number of Stalkers, but he's down on upgrades here. He's only got 1 sentry in this army. This is an ambitious attack by the Protoss player, all the while taking damage back at home.
Wow, so 11 SCVs down, 6 probes have been killed. The attack in the main is cleaned up. 3rd base of ByuN's getting chased away, and there's the recall home to try to deal with this. But I don't know if a full recall was required there, but I guess
think it was. Medevac. That 1-1 bio was looking to dive on that army, I think.
So more of an escape than an thing.
Yes, a runaway recall.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Concussive Shell finishing up now on the right side thanks to the game hard interface. Tanks on the way, Marauders on the way. Dropping in the main. More Marines, Marauders. They got that stem. Stalkers cannot handle this at all by themselves. Dude, taking down the Templar Archives would be awesome. Getting rid of the +1 attack upgrade. Nice, denied. And my goodness, just doing tons of damage in here. The Colossus working his best, but more probes are dying. And I think 3 Colossus are just kind of that magic number. So ByuN's going to back on out. Leave these guys to die. Try to kill some of these Stalkers so the Medevacs can escape. They sacrifice themselves for their friends there.
During that, 17 probes went down, which is a very significant number for a Protoss on 3 bases. Classic still has 51, so it's a testament to his macro. He's also got double robo on the way, but losing that +1 that ByuN picked off was a big advantage for the Terran.
Definitely a problem, especially because you're just continually getting hit by Marines and Marauders. Their damage output is humongous if you're not killing them fast. they're killing you. Ghosts being added to the composition and enhanced shockwaves getting started here too.
Classic elects to morph in 2 Archons, and he's going to bring them across the map. He's looking for an attack on ByuN, but once again, very ambitious. He's got 5 Colossus in this army, however, so maybe not that ambitious. The tanks picking off some of the Protoss army, picking off a lot of the buffer, but there's those 2 Archons coming in, and the EMP for the Terran has already been used. Still, though, Classic is getting pushed back.
He is, but suddenly standing in. 4 Colossus are doing pretty well here. By the way, it's 2 Colossus now. Nice concave, good splits. Wow! And Classic taps out. ByuN takes game number 1.
GG, just like that. Classic went for an attack and it didn't succeed, and all that was upgrades, man. That was the 1-1 for ByuN, allowing him to survive that Colossus fire.
And the 0 attack that Classic was rolling with there too. That hurt. I don't know. That feels premature. Income's fairly similar. Army value's not that different. At the end of that match, I mean, it was around 4,000 resources. There's stuff back home for Classic. I don't know. I'm always iffy when a player GG's out after an attack on the other side of the map fails.
Yeah.
Because at the very least, you can try to hold a counter, and if they never counterattack you, you can rebuild. So I don't know. I mean, maybe he's just like, all right, my upgrades are behind. These fights are going to suck. Let's just tap out, save our strength for game 2 and game 3 and game 4 and see what we can do, right?
Yeah, that attack in the first place seemed a little suspect from Classic, in my opinion. Like, morphing in the Archons when there was ghosts seemed a little risky, and then being with the upgrade deficit that he had, I would have preferred to see Classic fire up a Disruptor and play that game out a little more. Than just go for the kill.
Yeah, adding disruptors would have been awesome. And he could have just backed off. Like you said, he didn't have to go for... He didn't have to commit there at all. He was the instigator, so... Interesting choice. Maybe just a little overconfident. Maybe felt like he'd take the fight. He did have a bunch of Colossus. And that's always a good feeling as a Protoss.
I did like that Colossus count. And maybe if he hadn't had that +1 sniped, that would have worked.
Yeah.
Anyway, in the bottom left, representing Shopify Rebellion, I should have said that in the last game, Shopify, a big sponsor of Starcraft, it's ByuN.
And in the top right, Alpha X's Classic. Sporting that red.
Classic won a few of these Africa Worlds. I'm not sure if ByuN's won one, though. He must have won at least one. But it's been a while, I think.
Let's find out. He... Second place. No, he never has. He's got a couple second places and a third.
Huh.
That's it.
Well, maybe this could be the one.
Could be his inaugural win.
Classic,
cool.
I think, has actually knocked ByuN out of these a few times. So, maybe today's the day. Once again, Classic going for the Probe Scout, checking for Raxes early on.
Yeah, I mean, it always stinks to get caught off guard by a proxy. But today, Barracks is safely coming up inside ByuN's main base. No concerns there.
I'm just waiting to see if there's a Zealot or not. There is.
Wow, what is this? I mean, alright, so Reaper is not even done yet. Reaper has to pop out of the barracks, immediately speed across the map as fast as he can. I mean, on this one, actually, it might be warranted, because the Cyber Core is not even done yet.
That's true.
If the Reaper... Oh, the Reaper's... Is he going? He's going.
Yeah. He got this probe in the last game. I don't think he's going to get in this one, but yeah. I guess it is just to... I guess it's just to play based off the fact that he went for Gateway Nexus Cybercore instead of Gateway Cybercore Nexus.
Yeah, that's fair. So
but then it's out of position.
Yeah. And he's not. The Zealot has nothing to do with this right now at all.
Okay, one probe goes down, and the Zealot's running across the map.
Yeah, I mean, Zealot Stalker or maybe Zealot Adept I could see, but Zealot by himself, I'm not sure what he can accomplish here exactly. And really going an odd path as well. I don't know what he's planning on doing.
Is it just scouting or something, or is it actually going to try and go to the natural? The thing about this timing is that it's like the command center's done.
Yeah, you can't harass the SCV because he's gone.
Phoenix of War says hashtag give Reapers stim packs. Sounds like a co-op thing if you ask me.
Yeah, just... Alright, fine. It's an Oracle on the way back home from Classic. Reaper's getting stuff done on the other side, actually.
Oh, is it? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Gets two probes, and he also grabbed the Zealot and the Adept on his side of the map, so that's really good for ByuN. And there's the ByuN supply drop.
Yeah. That's trademarked. Phoenix of War in chat says, give Reaper the stim pack. It's like, oh. I think that's a thing in the campaign. You can give them stim, which is very interesting for sure.
Reaper stim was beta.
Ah,
Okay.
in the beta they did. There we go.
That sounds about right. Oracle gets turned around. It will survive this time.
And an earlier push this time.
Oh no, the Oracle will survive for a second longer. It gets caught, however.
Gets a revelation down. It's like, oh, that's all I can do.
Alright.
And ByuN's moving. He's got all of 39 total SCVs, 20 army supply value, making Zealots, making another Oracle, making a Stalker. Classic's like, I need stuff real fast. Hold on.
Yeah, here come the Marines. No upgrades whatsoever.
Third?
No. I think Classic will just micro against this.
Alright.
And he should be fine.
Where's the Cyclone? Cyclone.
Okay, here they are.
Cyclones. Alright, here we go. Here's the serious
Where's
business.
the Oracle? Oracles are across the map, so they're not going to partake in this fight. The Stalkers are microing. Battery is about to finish up, and that should secure Classic. All the while, in go the Oracles on the other side of the map. They only get 3 SCVs so far, but they're going to try and go to the main base and get some more damage done.
Yeah, there we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we made 3 total Oracles already.
Okay, that's good for Classic.
That's some commitment.
Yeah, 8 SCVs is no small amount. Losing the Oracle early on, losing the Zealot and Adept early on was not ideal for Classic, but that really is a move to give him control of this game.
Absolutely. You wipe out a bunch of SCVs. Also, focusing down a Cyclone. Great micro, keeping the other one alive, but...
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Concussive Slow is not done, which is a massive... Well, I was going to say, massive big deal for these Stalkers, but then 2 would die anyway, so...
Yeah, they ain't got no blink. In go the Oracles again, though, into the main base. Avoiding that missile turret gets 2 more SCVs. There's 2 Marines there, though. God.
Oh, missile turret, snipe. And ByuN continuing to push the other side. He's like, all right, I'm not worried about Oracles. I got to keep going here.
Yeah, and as far as defense goes, Classic has virtually nada. He's got 6 Stalkers that do not have blink yet. No blink for another 40 seconds, which in StarCraft is a long time.
40 seconds feels like forever. Very true. So this doesn't seem like it's much stronger than the other one.
Drop in the main base too, and the +1 is going to get denied yet again. This is just terrible for Classic. This is just horrendous.
Shield battery overcharge is popped, and that's going to force ByuN back a little bit here. Oh, taking out Stalkers that are warping in because they're more vulnerable to attacks, then they have to stay behind. They're going to kill Stalkers. That push, again, with shield battery overcharge is really difficult, but if they move out of range of the overcharge, it's easier to snipe them off. Losing a Stalker there, too. Warping in another Stalker, a couple Zealots trying to deal with this. ByuN is appearing to be backing off and taking a third base of his own again.
I am actually amazed that that worked out as well as it did for Classic. That seemed like a very scary positioning. The usage of the battery overcharge was very well done, though. Absorbed a lot of damage with it, and then was able to repel the drop. He's not out of the woods just yet, though. ByuN's still rallying out that bio, and while you're a Protoss player that has just got Blink, that is just getting up charge, that's not the most comfortable army to fight stimmed bio with.
No, especially with concussive shell, especially with the combat shield. I mean, these are pretty strong Marines and Marauders at the moment, and they're coming back in for round 3 here. 30 attack already in 8 minutes.
Oh my gosh, look at all those Widow Mines.
Oh man, first time Widow Mines have really entered the party here today. Classic, I think that Pylon is more as an army down there, Pylon, than anything else. But still getting a 4th base up on that high ground left side too, so ByuN splits his forces. Tries to go for a drop in the main, gets rebuffed by a Stalker army there.
That's a very good pushback by Classic, because that actually is a big chunk of ByuN's army that was committed in this drop. Widow Mines go off, Stalker fails to dodge. ByuN's being a pain here, but he's not going to get too much done, I don't think. I mean, he's got like 3 Marauders and 3 Widow Mines, which is just odd. Gonna maybe get the Cyber Core, that's the nice pick-off. Actually very nice, seeing as how Classic hasn't started up a new one yet.
Yeah, I mean, attacking from the low ground is not considered great, but also taking down that Nexus is huge. Zealots across the other side going after barracks and add-ons and whatnot. Zealots at the 3rd base as well. Zealot attacks are just really good at taking forever for the enemy to clean up. SCVs are trying to buffer, but also losing their buddies at the same time. It's 82 to 47 army supply, though, and if ByuN goes for a push, I feel like he's going to be able to take down that 3rd base quite possibly. Classic losing that 4th is a massive problem for him. This is incredible from ByuN. He's playing very well.
Yeah, Classic now just rebuilding his Cyber Core, but really being limited by his composition. He's got 1-1 on the way now, which is nice. If he can avoid a fight long enough for that to finish up, it'll really even things out. But oh my gosh, look at all that Terran.
Well, like I said, army value continue to increase. 95 total. Zealots again being annoying on the other side of the map. ByuN's just going for it, though. These Zealots can do whatever they want. I'm not really going to micro against them as much as you'd expect me to.
Oh my god. High Templar are there, but Storm is nowhere near finish. Zealots are going on in. We'll see if there's some friendly fire. Widow Mines, High Templar dropping feedback, then turning into Archons, but there's nothing to cover for them while they morph, and Classic is in a lot of trouble as the battery gets picked off. GG.
Wow! ByuN! We're like, Classic's probably the favorite to win this whole thing, and ByuN's like, hold on. Hold my apples. I'm gonna go 2-0 lead here. Yep, that's what ByuN's up to today. He's got an apple in one hand. He's beating Classic with the other hand.
Just eat it, eat it.
Wow. Yeah, if you can show up before Splash is done, you're gonna have a good time. Those Archons are not the answer. No Colossus, no Storm. I think Classic maybe invested a little bit too much in Zealot attacks on the other side of the map and just didn't get enough done with them was a big part of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Classic, he's going to have to reverse sweep in the Specify if he wants to move on. This could just be ByuN on his way to his first Africa World Championship ever.
I had a feeling ByuN was going to surprise us a little bit here today.
Oh, a little positive ByuN feelings there.
ByuN's like, nobody beats ByuN 4 series in a row.
Now I need to look that up. So ByuN, let's see. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so I can. So December 2020, he lost, but Classic wasn't involved. In 2021, February, he lost, but Classic wasn't involved. Classic did beat him in October of last year.
Okay.
So I think that's the one time they faced off against each other. ByuN took second, and then Classic beat him.
Okay, so they haven't actually played. What Terran am I thinking that Classic destroyed?
No, they did.
Okay, just once, though, eh?
Just the once, right, in October of last year. So I don't know. I mean, that could be it. I mean, I vaguely remember that being a real problem for ByuN. Here, I can pull this up real quick.
Aligalac's another good place to check because you can actually see everything they played on, but that's going deep.
Classic 4-0'd him in the final.
Oh, okay. That's probably it.
Yeah, it was not good.
Okay. In the bottom right, he's Rebellion's ByuN.
Top left, he's still classic. He's still red. Is he going to make another zealot here?
Oh. You dirty dog.
I like it. Let's go.
I love it.
We're thinking...
It's got to be a gate.
Yeah, it's got to be a gate. This timing is too early for a Stargate.
He's getting a gate, and it's going to be great.
Okay, Cyber Core coming up back home.
Oh, ByuN skips a Reaper.
Yeah, which he does. And honestly, is done by most Terrans in TVPs these days. It's weird he opened Reaper in both games so far.
In goes the probe of Classic. Interestingly enough, he doesn't start to work on the SCV right away because he's like, do I want to lead that SCV to the gateway? He's being very careful not to, but ByuN did see the gate, so he knows. I mean, he knows, but does he know? Is there going to be a bunker on the way? Is there going to be a ByuNker on the way?
The dad jokes are flying hard.
I guess he just saw it.
Yeah. He was like, okay, fine. Holding that's going to be impossible. Pull back. Get a factory up. Throwing up a bunker on the high ground. SCV's here to buffer early. We only have 2 Marines. We're making another 2 that's going to help us, but...
Yeah, that was a very delayed reaction, though.
Yeah. There's nothing to heal these Marines up either, which is... Ugh. Okay, that factory finishing. Getting a Cyclone out would be amazing. Getting a Siege Tank up at this stage would be pretty good, too. Let's see what he does with Le Factory. And he's going to tech lab that thing, obviously. So, after that, we'll see. Hellion's not going to help a lot in this situation.
No.
Depp tries to shade up. Ooh. That's why there's a wall here. That's a very vulnerable supply depot. Vision being provided by the Adepts, temporarily.
I love when Protoss do this.
Yeah, I mean, it's low econ, high pressure stuff. He is expanding behind it, so I don't think at this stage he expects to be able to win with this thing, but as long as he can delay this expansion of ByuN, the longer that happens, the better it is for him.
And ByuN did elect to go for a tank instead of a Cyclone, so he's going to have to siege that tank up, push this army away. It's going to be a while before he really gets up his natural. All the while Classics is just finishing up. So, pretty good, I think, for Classic here.
Yeah, I think so. He hasn't killed a whole lot, but delaying that expansion for as long as he did is awesome. I mean, ByuN is now floating it over, but that was a while. Tank in production here, not a Cyclone first, going for the Siege Tank Marine. And back home, Classic making a Phoenix. Interesting opening here.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it's not back at home. It's literally at ByuN's natural.
So
is he going to try and lift the tanks? Oh,
yeah, it's
this
gotta be a
is
tank
such
lift.
a play. I mean, there's a lot of Marines for firepower, but yeah, I don't think ByuN's expecting this. In goes the Phoenix. The tank is going to get lifted. Is the tank on the high ground going to get lifted? Not yet, actually. So it does get some shots off. The Stalkers are going to kite back against the Marines and SCVs now. The Phoenix are shooting at the command center, which is interesting, but all in all, ByuN does fail to break this. And he salvaged his bunker, so he could actually just straight up die. Oh, the timing on the Spy Classic is beautiful.
GG! Classic says, all right, enough of these mid-game 10-minute pushes. I'm going to kill you in 5 minutes, and you're going to like it. So
wow.
Classic avoids the 3-0 sweep, avoids the revenge play there from ByuN. Looking really, really good there, too. I mean, that was super aggressive stuff. Same economy, just more workers. Less tech there. Good value out of his units for sure. And GG, we're go 2-1. Still on the back foot here is Classic. But if he wins this one, it's going to come down to a Game 5 rubber match.
That was very, very technical by Classic to be like, oh yeah, first you deny the Terran's natural base, so then they're going to want to float their command center down. And then you bank on them pushing out with a couple of tanks and Marines, and then you lift the tanks with your Phoenix and you win the game.
Just that easy. Just lift the tanks with your Phoenix. It'll be fine. Marines probably won't kill your Phoenix. I mean, it helps if you're Classic when you're pulling this off, but...
Yes.
All right, we're on 2,000 atmospheres, a map that's been in the map pool for some time. But it is very good for macro games, very fun in a lot of ways, and the players seem to not ever veto it, so it's going to be here, I think, for a while.
All right, and here he is in the top right. It's Rebellion's ByuN.
And in the bottom left, Alpha X has sent Classic.
Classic saying, I have arrived, as he gets his first map on the board.
And really respecting that proxy game, checking again for barracks.
He is very, very meticulous with his scouting. Yes, if I was a Terran and I was to play Classic in the GSL, I probably would not proxy Rax him, based on how he's scouting.
Yeah. But I mean, you really want to go straight up macro game against Classic?
No. And that's why it's so nice that he's doing this.
Right. He's proxy proofed by worker scouting, which, you know, not everybody does all the time. Pylon block. Pylon block. Pylon block. Come on, you know you want to. It'd be super effective.
That probe's got to get out of here.
95.
Oh, ByuN did actually go double gas, so yeah. In goes the probe, gonna make that Reaper turn around. No, yes.
Second Reaper being made too. What the what?
And he recalls the probe.
It's one of the funniest things in Starcraft. We're gonna use our teleportation ability. We can only use every so often to save a probe.
The funny thing is it maths out to be basically the exact same as using a chrono boost.
Right. So did you save anything? No. But your probes appreciate it. Oversaturating that gas a bit, Classic.
Huh. Yeah, oh, okay, I love this from ByuN. Reapers and Hellions can quickly get out of hand for a Protoss to deal with when there's a high count.
My goodness, continued Reaper production.
I love this from ByuN. I do this on the ladder. Obviously not as good as ByuN does, but Protoss can sometimes get overconfident. Like if the Toss decides to move out with an Adept or two and all of a sudden you've got a few Reapers and a Hellion or something, you can pick that unit off. Classic
Adept just melts.
Classic is staying back at home for now though, but there's potential for ByuN to get some real damage done here. If he can pick off these units, get good grenade placements, can become very, very problematic, and he might just move in with 2 Reapers and a Hellion. We'll see. Or 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions, pardon me.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a wall, but that's not going to stop all this firepower. Classic's going to have to pull back. The Adept is going to be targeted after the Stalker. A bit of miss micro by ByuN allows that Hellion to be picked off. Now he's pulling units back. Still lost a few, though, so it's not going perfectly for him, but he is trading out against all these units, and now the Oracle's going to have to activate its beam.
I mean, okay, killed all the army of Classic, but also all of your stuff died, and there's an Oracle. So, 6 is on that push, I would say.
Yeah, that could have gone better for ByuN. His Hellion kind of got body blocked on his Reapers at the very start. He wanted to pull that back, keep it alive. But of course it didn't go that well. A Cyclone is about to pop out, which should be able to push this Oracle away. Gets a lock on Marines as well, getting some shots off.
Yeah, lucky to escape with his life there, Senor Oracle. Senorita Oracle. Alright. So both players kind of steady as they go right now. Army value even. There's more workers here for Classic, but ByuN has the advantage of mules, so it can be fine there economically. Bunker at the front, and Classic is like, okay, I'm going to be the instigator here. It seemed to work out for me last game to be the instigator and not the defender. So here we go. Moving across the map. There's going to be a bunker to contend with. Blink's getting researched, so definitely some concerted Blink Stalker pressure here, which we haven't seen so far. Kind of surprising we haven't at this point, but it should be pretty effective in the hands of somebody as good as Classic is, and the Oracle does not escape. Came back in, got greedy, died. So yeah, Classic not going in, waiting for Blink to finish, be more effective that way. Throwing down 5 extra gateways, third base getting saturated here too. +1 attack, looks like it's not going to be canceled today, or in this game, but who knows? Very possibly could. Oh, but an attack at the front, Classic is getting shoved away. Losing a stopper in the process, and ByuN's like, it's time for me to go, boys.
Classic has got very, very low army supply. ByuN does stim forward, and he's going to get rewarded for it by catching a few stalkers. Oh, that's like the third or the fourth one to go down.
It's 47 to 18 army supply!
Yeah. The thing about Classic losing those few units early on means he's got basically nothing but what he's just been producing now. And so he's going to have to make some stalker magic happen, potentially.
Yeah, 0 splash damage. Have to Blink Stalker his way out of this one.
Okay, the force field could be good, which is why ByuN's breaking down these rocks. Zealots are warped in.
That's always good.
But charge is quite a ways away.
52 to 40 army supply is significantly better here for the Protoss, but still, no splash damage, no charge on those lots means they die so easily after doing so little damage. Stalker's just absolutely getting torn apart here.
They're doing what they can, but there's just so much bio here for ByuN. He's trying to target down a Widow Mine, but so many Stalkers die in the process. Oh no, Classic is in trouble. The battery overcharge is not going to last as it gets targeted down. There's a measly 5 Stalkers remaining as the probes just get massacred without a second thought. And ByuN is going to take the 3-1 here.
Monster gets revenge, GG ByuN!